It's my feel-good breakfast show.
This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso. Thank you for joining us as we are live on SABC3. Well, exciting stuff still happening on the show. Our kitty cats, they don't show their emotions as overtly as other animals. And that's why you kind of have to look for subtle cues or even clues to see how they're really feeling and if they are stressed. Well, our focus this morning is on pet nutrition. And here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we always give you the best information.
So right now we are turning our attention to our four-legged friends. Now, stress can make anyone insane, even when it comes to our cats and their little kittens as well. The tricky part is, well, the anxiety and fear associated with stress affects our cats in much the same way it does us. Most cats tend to hide and mask their inner turmoil, which makes recognizing the signs important, especially when it comes to rehoming them. So joining us this morning live in studio to give us some much valued advice, we have Marika. She's the nutrition advisor for Hills Pet Nutrition in South Africa. Marika, very nice to have you with us in studio.
Thank you for having me.
First of all,
us.
Of you guys, exactly. First of all, who do we have here this morning? Man, they're adorable.
We have a little blue point called Fairy and a little chocolate point called Pixie here.
Fairy and Pixie. Well, I think those names suit them. They are too adorable. Now, you've had them for how long now?
We've had them for about 3 months now.
For about 3 months now. What was the process like of introducing them into your home? Was it a rather kind of a stressful experience? Or
Obviously,
not really?
it's a very exciting time
Yeah.
to get them, but the process already started with their breeder who introduced them to their travel box and also put a little bed from her environment into the box. So they travelled all the way from Johannesburg. They obviously got a little bit of rescue to calm them down while travelling. And then we prepared our home environment very well for them before they came.
So what tips could you give out there to really make, for anybody wanting to introduce a new pet to the family, just to make that transition really smooth and, with as low stress as possible?
I think it's important, especially with kittens, to give them a space of their own when they arrive. So I prepared a room for them where they had all the necessities like a scratching post. They had a water fountain. I think they're going to go now.
It's fine.
A water fountain. We've had litter trays in there. They had feeding bowls, everything for their needs.
Yeah.
It was also a room where they could observe the rest of the household, but not be in contact with them. So it was quite safe, and all the rest of the animals could get used to them without there being a danger that anything could happen to either of them.
So you want to try and avoid, any kind of overwhelming,
Absolutely.
Environment. So to try and keep it neutral, basically.
Absolutely, that's the idea. Yes.
Actually, Jono, they're definitely excited and roaming our studio. Just quickly, your number one tip when it comes to introducing a new pet into your family, what would you say? The number one tip?
I think it's to give them an area where they can get used to the home environment without being stressed by everyone else, and calm, quiet. Don't invite everyone over to come and see them on their first day home.
Well, I think also now I want to talk about the symptoms, in terms of how to recognize it. So what are the symptoms when it comes to stress, specifically in cats? Because, like I said earlier, we know that cats, they have a complete personality of their own. They mask these symptoms, very well, just like us humans do, I think, as well. So how would you recognize that symptoms?
I think the first thing that you'll see is that they'll start throwing hair in a immediately stressful situation, and their coat will go a bit open, but that's very vague. So the other thing that they do is they might hide and try and avoid the danger that they perceive. The things that you might, in a long-term situation, the behavior of the cat will change. It might become a little aggressive to other people in the household or other pets. It might have inappropriate urination problems, and it might just, a lack of being social with everyone else is one of those things that you have to be aware. If you see a change, wonder why.
So noteworthy behavioural change,
Absolutely.
That is normally a cue.
What I found has helped very much when we introduced these kittens for our older cats, for example, is to put them on CD stress. And it helped tremendously to calm everything down, and he invited these kittens, with open arms. Yeah. So it's things like being aware that they can get out, that it could lead to urination issues, and those are the things that we need to watch out for.
Oh, that's it. So definitely make sure that the environment is calm. Make sure that you look out for those signs and symptoms and feed them the right food.
Absolutely.
Perfect. So who do I have here? Is this
That's Pixie.
That's Pixie. Pixie joining me on that. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. The naughty one. You can see gripping onto my leg right now. But that's it. Try and eliminate stress from any animal that you try and reintroduce into your home by just making it as comfortable as you possibly can.